You remember it at 2 a.m. The thing you said in ninth grade. The laugh that wasn't quite a laugh. Your face gets hot all over again, 15 years later, lying in the dark. But the real answer for why that memory never fades is far stranger than embarrassment. Your brain is not punishing you. It is protecting you. Think about the last time you tripped in public. Or sent a text to the wrong person. Or said something that landed wrong in a room full of people. The moment passed in seconds. The memory did not. Why does your brain hoard humiliation like treasure? Psychologist Roy Baumeister spent years studying what he called the bad is stronger than good effect. Across dozens of studies, he found something uncomfortable. Negative experiences imprint harder, faster, and longer than positive ones. A compliment fades by dinner. An insult can outlive a marriage. This is not a flaw. It is a feature, built over millions of years. Picture your ancestors 40,000 years ago. They lived in small bands of maybe 50 people. There was no anonymity. No moving to a new city to start over. Your reputation was your survival. If you embarrassed yourself in front of the group, that was not a minor social hiccup. That was a threat to your standing in the only community you would ever have. So the brain adapted. It built a fast, sticky alarm system for social mistakes. One that fires before you even understand why. Neuroscientist Naomi Eisenberger found something remarkable when she scanned brains during social rejection. The same regions that light up during physical pain, the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, fired when people were excluded in a simple ball-tossing game. Your brain does not file social pain separately from physical pain. It treats them as the same emergency. That is why the memory of being laughed at can feel, decades later, like a flinch. A flinch is not a thought. It is a reflex. Here is the part almost nobody tells you. The replaying, the cringing, the 2 a.m. loop. That is not your brain being cruel. That is your brain rehearsing. Trying to make sure you never walk into that exact danger again. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. A study by Thomas Gilovich at Cornell found that people consistently overestimate how much others notice their mistakes. In one experiment, students wore an embarrassing t-shirt into a room. They guessed nearly half the room would remember it. The real number was closer to 1 in 4. You are not as watched as you think. You never were. But your ancestors could not afford to take that risk. In a band of 50 people, where everyone knew your face and your failures, even a small chance of being remembered badly was worth avoiding. So the brain overcorrects. It assumes the worst audience, every time, just in case. That overcorrection used to keep you alive. Now it just keeps you awake. Because here is the mismatch. You no longer live in a band of 50. You live among strangers, screens, and people who forget you the moment you leave the room. The ancient alarm system never got the memo. It still fires like your whole tribe is watching. Cassiopo's research on social pain found that this system does not discriminate between real threats and perceived ones. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between an actual exile and an awkward laugh in a coffee shop. To the oldest part of your brain, both look like banishment. So when that memory resurfaces at 2 a.m., your brain is not malfunctioning. It is running code that is 40,000 years old, in a world that no longer matches the danger it was built for. Knowing this will not stop the memory from coming back. But maybe it changes what it means when it does. That flinch in the dark is not proof you are broken. It is proof you come from a long line of humans who survived by caring, fiercely, about what the group thought of them. You remember it at 2 a.m., not because you are still that ninth grader, but because some ancient part of you is still trying to keep that ninth grader safe.